Hello everyone. I hope you're doing absolutely amazing today. Welcome back to Mindset English, the place where we don't just teach you English, we help you grow, transform, and become the best version of yourself. Today's lesson is very special. Not only will it improve your English, but it will also open your mind, touch your heart, and maybe even change the direction of your life. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most powerful and life-changing books ever written, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. This isn't just a book, it's a blueprint for living a meaningful, successful, and purpose-driven life. Millions of people have been transformed by its ideas. And if you truly understand it, not just read it, but feel it, apply it, live it, it has the power to completely change your life too. Have you ever thought about how valuable a good book is? Imagine this: an author spends 30 or 40 years learning lessons through pain, failure, success, and wisdom, and then puts all of it into one book. You get the chance to hold decades of life experience in your hands and absorb it in just a few days. That's what makes books priceless. That's why successful people always say, read as much as you can, because books are not just about information, they are about transformation. Let's say you had the chance to sit down with a billionaire, or a world-class leader, or a legendary athlete. You could ask them anything about how they think, how they live, and how they reach success. That conversation could change your life, right? Well, every time you open a great book, that's exactly what you're doing. You're having a personal conversation with the best minds in the world. And that's exactly what we'll do today. I will explain this book in a way that is simple, practical, and full of examples that will stick with you. I want you to understand it, and more importantly, to live it. So let's begin. Habit 1. Be proactive. This habit is the starting point for all success. It's about realizing that you are in charge of your life. Most people live like victims. They react to what happens around them. If someone is rude, they get angry. If they fail, they blame others. If life is hard, they complain. But highly effective people don't do that. They take responsibility. They know that while they can't control what happens, they can control how they respond. There are 2 types of people: reactive and proactive. Reactive people let their emotions control them. If something goes wrong, they immediately look for someone to blame. If they're late to work, it's because of the traffic. If they're unhappy, it's because of their parents or society or bad luck. But proactive people think differently. If they're late, they admit, I should have left earlier. If they fail, they say, I need to prepare better next time. If they're unhappy, they ask themselves, what can I do to improve my situation? Let me tell you a short story. Imagine 2 friends, James and Daniel. James wakes up late every morning. He scrolls through Instagram for 30 minutes, eats in a rush, and then leaves for work. One day, he gets stuck in traffic and arrives late. His boss scolds him, and James gets frustrated. He complains all day and says, life is so unfair. Now, meet Daniel. He wakes up early, he exercises, reads something positive, and leaves home on time. When there's traffic, he stays calm because he already prepared for it. He reaches work on time and feels in control. Now, Ask yourself who is going to succeed in life? Obviously, Daniel. Because Daniel is proactive. He doesn't give his power away to outside events. He takes charge of his actions. So, how can you apply this in your life? First, stop blaming. Every time you blame your parents, your school, your boss, your country, you are giving away your power. Take it back. Say to yourself, I am responsible for my life. Second, change your language. Don't say, can't. Say, I choose. Don't say, he makes me angry. Say, I'm choosing to feel this way. This habit is not just about attitude, it's about freedom. The moment you realize you can choose your response, you become powerful. Habit 2. Begin with the end in Imagine getting into a car and just driving without knowing the destination. That would be crazy, right? But that's how most people live. They wake up, go to work, come home, scroll their phone, go to sleep, and repeat. No direction, no vision, just existing. But highly effective people don't live like that. They begin with the end in mind. They have a vision. They know what kind of life they want. They know what kind of person they want to become. And they make decisions based on that vision. Covey says, everything is created twice. First in the mind, then in reality. Before a building is built, there is a blueprint. Before a plane is made, there is a design. And before a life is lived well, there is a vision. Let me give you a real example. When Cristiano Ronaldo was a child, he told his mother, one day, I will be the best footballer in the world. That was his vision. He saw it clearly. And then he worked every single day to make that vision real. So, what's your vision? What do you want to achieve? Who do you want to be remembered as? Here's a powerful exercise. Imagine your own funeral. Yes, it may sound uncomfortable, but stay with me. Imagine your family, your friends, your colleagues are all there. What do you want them to say about you? He was kind. She was strong. He inspired me. She never gave up. Those words, that legacy, that is your true goal. That's your end. And once you know it, you can start living your life to match that vision. So, how do you apply this habit? First, define your goals. Be specific. Not, I want to be successful. That's too vague. Say, I want to be a respected teacher who inspires students to love learning. Or, I want to be a business owner who creates value for others. Second, visualize. Every morning, close your eyes for 5 minutes and imagine yourself living your dream life. Feel it. Believe it. That picture will guide your actions. Third, use your vision to make decisions. If something doesn't help you reach your goal, let it go. If a habit or person is distracting you from your future, cut it off. Every choice you make is either taking you closer or further away from your vision. Habit 3. Put first things. First, imagine your life is a big empty jar, and you have big rocks, small pebbles, sand, and water to fill it. The rocks are the important things: your health, your goals, your family, your growth. The pebbles are less important: your job, your bills, your errands. The sand and water are distractions: social media, gossip, time wasting. If you fill the jar with sand and water first, you won't have space for the rocks. But if you put the rocks first, then the pebbles, then the sand, everything fits. This is how highly effective people live. They put first things first. They schedule time for what really matters. Most people are busy, but they are not productive. They react to everything: messages, phone calls, random tasks. But successful people focus on what matters most. Let me tell you about two brothers, John and David. John wakes up and checks his phone. Messages, reels, videos, notifications. 30 minutes go by. Then he rushes to get ready, eats quickly, and goes to work, already tired and behind schedule. David wakes up and immediately goes for a run. He listens to a motivational podcast. Then he sits for 20 minutes and works on his personal goals. By the time he starts his day, he already feels like a winner. 1 year later, who do you think is ahead in life? David. Why? Because he put things first. He prioritized his growth. To apply this habit, write down your top priorities, your big rocks, what truly matters to you. Then, schedule them, literally, on paper or your phone. Block time for your health, your dreams, your learning. If you don't schedule your priorities, your distractions will take over. And lastly, say no. Yes, say no. Everything deserves your time. You don't have to attend every event, reply to every message, or watch every trending video. Guard your time like it's gold, because it is. Habit 4. Think win-win. Most people have a scarcity mindset. They believe if someone else wins, they lose. If their friend gets a promotion, they feel insecure. If someone else shines, they feel jealous. But highly effective people think win-win. They believe in abundance. They know that life is not a competition, the collaboration. Think about this. If one person enjoys the sunshine, does that mean there's less sun for you? No. If someone gains knowledge and shares it, does that mean they now have less knowledge? No. In life, there are 3 types of people: win-lose. These people must win, and others must lose. They compete, manipulate, and want to dominate. Lose-win. These people always give in. They say yes to everyone, even when it hurts them. They have no boundaries. Win-win. These people believe we can all win. They look for solutions where everyone benefits. Imagine working on a group project. If you take all the credit and do everything yourself, your team feels unmotivated. That's win-lose. But if you share the work, give credit, and encourage others, that's win-win. And the result is always better. How to apply it? Support others. Celebrate their success. Ask, how can we both succeed here? Whether it's your colleague, friend, or partner, look for mutual benefits. If you adopt this mindset, you'll build powerful relationships, trust, and long-term success. People love working with win-win thinkers, and the world opens doors for those who lift others up. Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. This might be the most powerful habit for building deep, meaningful relationships. Most people listen to reply, not to understand. When someone is talking, they're already thinking about what to say next. They interrupt, they give advice too quickly, or they judge without hearing the full story. But highly effective people do the opposite. They listen deeply. They try to understand the other person's perspective, emotions, and experiences before offering their own. Imagine this. A teenager comes home and says, "I hate school. I want to drop out." Most parents immediately panic and say, "What? That's crazy. You need to study. Don't be lazy." But they never stop to ask, why does the child feel that way? This is the danger of not listening with empathy. It creates distance, not connection. Real listening means hearing not just the words, but the emotions behind them. There are 4 levels of listening. Ignoring, you pretend to listen, but your mind is elsewhere. Selective, you only hear what interests you. Attentive, you listen to the words, but not the feelings. Empathic, you listen with your heart. You feel what the other person is feeling. If you want to improve your relationships, grow your business, or become a great leader, master empathic listening. Now that you've understood the importance of these 5 powerful habits, let's continue our journey and move even deeper into the life-changing wisdom from this book. Now imagine a parent who practices habit 5. Instead of reacting emotionally, they pause and say, "I see that you're really upset. Tell me what's going on. Help me understand why you feel this way." Now, the child feels heard. They open up and say, "I'm being bullied. I feel alone. I don't understand anything in class." This changes everything. Instead of fighting, shouting, or giving lectures, there's connection. The parent now understands the real issue, and only after understanding the real problem can they offer the right support. This is the power of listening with empathy. How to apply this habit in your life? Listen with the intent to understand, not to reply. The next time someone talks to you, pause your inner voice. Don't start thinking about what you're going to say next. Just listen. Put yourself in their shoes. Ask questions like, how do they feel? Why do they think this way? What are they really trying to say? Ask deeper, open-ended questions. Instead of giving advice right away, ask, "Tell me more. What do you mean by that? How do you feel about it?" The moment you start listening with your heart, not just your ears, your relationships will transform. People will trust you more, open up to you, and you'll become a person of great influence and emotional intelligence. Habit 6. Synergize. This habit is the secret of unstoppable teams, powerful relationships, and extraordinary success. Synergy means that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. It's about creative cooperation, about combining strengths in a way that achieves far more together than each individual could alone. Imagine 2 people trying to move a large rock. If they push in different directions or at different times, they might struggle. But if they push together in sync and with shared focus, the rock moves easily. That's synergy. Why most people fail at this habit? Most people struggle with synergy because they try to do everything alone. They believe, if I want something done right, I have to do it myself. I don't trust others. No one can do it better than me. This belief is limiting. It creates pressure, burnout, and loneliness. The most successful people in the world understand the power of teamwork. They build networks, they delegate, they share ideas, They don't just think independently, they think interdependently. 3. Types of people. Dependent people rely on others for everything. They wait for help, blame others for failures, and never take control. Independent people take responsibility. They are confident and self-reliant, but often avoid collaboration. Interdependent people, the highest level. These people are both strong and collaborative. They value different perspectives and work with others to achieve greatness. Most people think independence is the goal, but in truth, interdependence is the real path to greatness. Imagine this: you're building a house. You could try to do it alone. You might succeed, but it'll take years and the result might be average. But if you bring in an architect, electrician, plumber, and carpenter, the house gets built faster, better, and stronger. That's synergy in action. In legends needed teams. Steve Jobs didn't create Apple alone. Elon Musk doesn't build rockets alone. Every great success is a result of collaboration. How to apply this habit in your life? Work with people who complement your strengths. If you're great with ideas but weak in execution, find someone who's great at execution. Respect different perspectives. Don't see differences as a threat, see them as opportunities to learn and grow. Think win-win. Build partnerships where everyone benefits. The best results come when people stop competing and start collaborating. When you synergize, you create something bigger, better, and beyond what you could do alone. Habit 7. Sharpen the saw. Imagine you're a woodcutter. Your job is to cut trees all day. At first, your saw is sharp. Cutting is easy, but over time, it becomes dull. Now, you're working harder, sweating more, but cutting less. What should you do? Option 1. Keep working harder with a dull saw. Option 2. Pause. Sharpen the saw. Then work smarter, not harder. Most people choose option 1 in life. They hustle, grind, and push without ever renewing themselves. Eventually, they burn out. Habit 7 is about self-renewal. It's about taking care of your greatest tool. To be truly effective, you must sharpen your saw in 4 areas. Physical renewal, your body; mental renewal, your mind; emotional renewal, your relationships; spiritual renewal, your purpose. 1. Physical renewal. Your body is your vehicle. If you ignore it, everything else falls apart. Treat it well. Exercise daily. Even a walk or stretching helps. Eat well. Your food is fuel. Junk food equals low energy. Sleep well. Don't glorify sleeplessness. Recovery is power. You don't need six-pack abs, but you need energy, strength, and vitality to live your best life. 2. Mental renewal. Your mind is a garden. If you don't plant seeds of growth, weeds of ignorance will grow. Read books. Learn from the lives and ideas of others. Challenge your thinking. Don't get stuck in one mindset. Stay curious. Ask questions. Explore new ideas. A sharp mind is a powerful asset. The more you grow intellectually, the more solutions you'll find. 3. Emotional renewal. Your heart needs connection. Without healthy relationships, life feels empty. Spend quality time with loved ones. Forgive and let go. Resentment is poison. Stay away from toxic people. Protect your peace. The strongest people are those with soft hearts and firm boundaries. 4. Spiritual renewal. Success without purpose is a dead end. You need to connect with something greater than yourself. Meditate. Even 5 minutes of silence helps. Pray, or simply sit with your thoughts. Do what gives you meaning. Help someone. Serve a cause. When your spirit is strong, challenges don't break you, they shape you. Why habit 7 is the master habit. Imagine the best phone in the world, perfect design, amazing features, but the battery is dead. It's useless. That's how life works. You can have big goals, big dreams, and big opportunities, but if your body, mind, and soul are drained, you won't achieve anything. Sharpening the saw keeps you sharp, focused, and ready for every challenge. It's not selfish to take care of yourself, it's essential. You can't pour from an empty cup. So now, we've completed all 7 habits. Be proactive, take responsibility. You control your response. Begin with the end in mind, have a clear vision of your future. Put first things first, prioritize what truly matters. Think win-win, create success for yourself and others. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Listen deeply, synergize, collaborate to multiply success. Sharpen the saw, keep growing physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. These habits aren't just theories. They are a blueprint for an extraordinary life. If you follow them consistently, your life will transform. You will not just achieve success, you'll achieve significance. You'll become the kind of person who inspires others. Remember, most people live on autopilot. They react, they blame, they wait. But you're not most people. You've chosen to grow. You've chosen to learn. You've chosen to take control. So, what now? Take these habits and apply them, one day at a time, one action at a time, and watch your life change. Thank you for being with us today. If you found value in this video, share it with someone you care about. And don't forget to subscribe to Mindset English, where we don't just teach English, we build powerful minds. Keep learning, keep growing, and always remember you are capable of greatness.